100%. What? What's that sound? Where? It's aliens and they're living in your town. Damn. They have arrived. What? They're all around. So many aliens living in your town. Are you scared of
Hello,
aliens?
weirdos out there in Weirdo Land. Let's bookmark the date. It is March 30th, 2026. We do that because in case the robots take over, we want this
documented.
Thank you, Denny's. Yes.
Is it March?
Is it March? Oh, it's April. Never mind. Strike that.
April 30th.
Ed, can we start this over?
It's crazy, though, that it's May 1st tomorrow. I can't believe it.
It's gonna be my...
Oh, yeah.
Per tradition, we play it every year at this time on the show.
Let's get all of our May jokes out now. May the 4th be with you is coming up for all of our Star Wars dorks out there.
Right.
Cinco de Mayo.
I love that holiday.
Me too.
It's a fun holiday. May is a big month for my family. You have my birthday, my sister's birthday, my parents' anniversary. You got Mother's Day. You got a lot over there. You got baby Lachlan's birthday.
Yes, his is 10 days after yours.
Yeah, my godson Beckett. It's beautiful.
I love it.
We were aiming for the 10th. We got the news that obviously it wasn't because I was hoping that, when it's that close, you just kind of hope that it's on the same date.
Well, we have a full panel here. We've got our sweet producer, Denny. We've got Ryan Beckett. We have our psychic medium, Vicky. And let's get right into it. Happy Bugs Bunny Day.
Ooh.
Yes, and we're going to do a little exercise. We haven't really put ourselves out there in a while. In fact, we haven't done anything in a while because we haven't seen each other. But you guys ever watch Bugs Bunny growing up?
Yeah, Looney Tunes.
Love Bugs Bunny.
Vicky, why?
No. I'm going to play dumb. I've never, ever seen it because I think I know what's coming up.
What do you think's coming up, Vicky?
I have a really bad feeling.
We are going to be doing a Bugs Bunny off real quick. I just want to hear how everyone's Bugs Bunny is, and let's have the chat room vote who did the best.
All right. Who's going first?
Let's go with. I like being in control here. Let's have Vicky wait to think about it. Let's go with Beckett. Beckett likes to take a big swing.
So it's a Bugs Bunny impression?
Yes, your best Bugs Bunny impression.
And what's up, Doc?
Dave, you really do love Bugs Bunny.
I do.
All right, Denny's, what do you got for us?
Is there another line that's the same?
You can't say "What's up, Doc."
At first, I was mad that I was first, but now that I'm happy.
You got it over with.
Yeah, I got it over with.
I can't do "What's up, Doc."
You
it's
can't.
Like the only line I know.
Yeah,
Look,
that's the only line I know too.
What
so,
else does he say?
Look, I didn't make the rules, guys.
Yes, you did make the rules.
Well, I didn't even call me out on that.
What other line does
Just
he
give
have?
us a weather report as Bugs Bunny.
Well, it looks like the rain. What's up, Doc? It's all like, there's no other line. It ruins my entire impression.
All right, Vicky, you're up. What do you got?
I have nothing.
Oh, come
nothing.
on. Come on, Vicky. What's up, Doc? All you got to do is a 1920s voice. And I like Beckett's.
Well,
Carrot?
Yeah, who's
choose the
chewing his
carrot.
Yeah.
Well, that was a very fun experiment.
I won.
I think you did win.
You got it.
Beckett, I think you did win. It's also Happy Honesty Day. When's the last time you told a lie? Is everyone 100% here honest, or do you ever tell even the whitest of lies? Vicky, what are your thoughts?
I'm 99.99% honest. I would never hurt someone's feelings. Like if they ask me something blatantly, then I know the truth is going to really hurt. I'm going to do it as gently as possible. But I try not to lie. It's so much easier to remember the truth than it is to remember a lie.
Do you find
At the end of the day, yeah.
Do you find if you're lying, that could possibly affect your psychic readings, and if you're kind of dancing in that world?
Yeah, I try to. I don't want to say be pure because there's a bunch of people that say I'm not pure at all. But I try to be as honest and work with the most positive energy I can. Otherwise, you're dealing with dark forces that are giving you information, and I don't want to do that.
Let me ask you this. Would you ever lie to work about maybe, I don't feel like going in? You know what, Mama tied one on last night. I got wine brain this morning. Do you lie about that, or do you?
Well, the good thing about my work is I don't have to tell them anything. I just put in the computer for a sick day, so I don't have to give any excuses whatsoever, so I don't have to lie.
Gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Becky, the thoughts about that? A button and you're out? No one's asking questions?
I'd be clicking that button too much.
I would be clicking that button. That is a dangerous thing. The old teacher I'm going to call out button.
Yeah, and for me, it's easy because, a regular teacher, you have to have plans and all that kind of stuff, but I just do paperwork, and it just sits on my desk until I get there.
Okay, so you're going to go on record and say you are pretty much for the most part, 100% honest. Is there a time
Yes.
where you would lie?
Only to spare someone's feelings.
Okay.
That would be my only
Probably a good
reason I would.
judgment move.
Yeah, I mean, I
Like
don't
if
wanna
I
hurt
had
anybody.
if I had my man titties popping in a shirt, I'm like, Vicky, does this shirt make me look like I got my man titties popping out? Are you honest? You're like, oh man, he's so happy, he loves that shirt.
Well,
I
I-
can't crush him with the man titties.
In that case, I'd say, oh, do you have another shirt that you'd like to wear
Oh, that's.
instead?
I'd rather have you say, change it, man titty, because I don't like the hinting of that. Oh, you think you might do something
So
wrong?
I would say, I'd be like, I would go, no, I don't think the titties are the problem. I go, I think maybe that color isn't great. That way it doesn't make you think it's the titty relation.
Yeah, Denny's had to tell me one time that I was wearing too much booger green to work. He's like, dog, why are you always wearing this
Well,
booger?
I found a remarkable amount of Bigfoot shirts come in some variation of green.
And he was right. I was walking around for a good 7 weeks, Beckett, as a human booger. It was rough,
A
but
lot of green.
he told me in a way that it wasn't,
Yeah.
And also, I didn't really give a shit.
That's what Sweet Denny's does.
He does. He's got a great way of. He's got the gift of gab, as they say.
yeah.
Beckett, are you 100% honest, or do you lie? And would you be able to tell us what kind of lies you do?
So I'm similar to Vicky. I actually think sometimes I'm too honest. But I'm in sales. My job description is to smooth things over. So if I just, if I'm negotiating a deal and I just told the other side that the other side said, "Oh, that guy's a jerk," I'd never get a deal done. So sometimes I have to kind of like take off like the sharp edges of a conversation. And then I would say sometimes I would white lie to avoid conflict, right?
Yeah.
But in other times, I just throw it all out there. The more I get that, I think that's we talk about like getting older. That's one of the good things about getting older. You start to care less.
That is true.
And
About certain things,
certain things.
It kind of does start to melt off your body.
Yeah, and you're just like, listen, I'm just gonna like say it how it is. And my mentor, when I first started my career, I'd have a tendency to overthink things, and I'd walk into his office, I'd tell him the whole situation of a deal, and I'd expect him to give me some like real sophisticated way to handle it and negotiate a situation, and then at the end he'd be like, well, I would just tell him the truth. And I would get mad at first. I was like, that's what you got for me? Just tell him the truth?
You dick. I'm just being honest.
And after I thought about it, I'm like, I was trying to think a way like to strategize this and handle it. But in that scenario, like, I should just tell everyone how it is. And sometimes you can overthink things. I have a tendency, like I said, to overthink things. At the end of the day, you just got to be yourself.
Yeah, you're right. And I think, too, if you overthink something, sometimes you can over-explain. Yeah. And you don't owe everybody every single detail. You don't have to say, and then I made a right, I ran the red light. You don't have to give up your entire guilt history.
That's right.
But I do like the idea of addressing a problem with honesty. I do think sometimes you can be overly honest, and that can be a detriment. Now, you're not lying. You're not oversharing. I think there's people you should overshare with, and then there's people you got to reel it back in a little bit. But that's kind of, in my opinion, just kind of going through it and knowing and learning and falling on your face going, I might have overshared there.
Yep.
Wrong situation.
Well, the end result is trust. And I dated a girl in my 20s. She was so honest that at first it was like shocking. I was like, ah. But the end result, I'm like, I trust her to such a degree in the relationship, because I was like, well, she always tells me the truth. She doesn't hold anything back, and that's like a very secure feeling. You're like, okay, my ego had to handle that honesty in the beginning and I had to adjust to it. But as the relationship progressed in my 20s, I was like, I trust this girl, because she's always honest.
You're not back at Denny's. Sweet Denny's. Dressed very nice, by the way. If you're just listening audio, Denny's got a salmon shirt on. The color is just,
So Palm Beach.
Beautiful looking.
I enjoy salmon, teal.
You
like
do.
that as well.
You're very classy.
Just not booger green.
Not booger green. He's very against that. You're an honest person, Denny's. You tried. You're like everyone here. You tried not to avoid, or you tried to avoid stepping on the grenade and being
Absolutely.
overly honest.
Yeah, I think it's just judgment calls constantly. You just make that judgment call, and I think a lot of lies are all weighed different too. Like nothing I think any of us are lying about is malicious. It's more again, to preserve someone's feelings. So
Yeah.
I think we're all kind of on the same boat in that.
Well-
But I try to, have credibility because I think that's also important, especially amongst friends group.
You're right. If you have a liar in the group, you're like, man, fuck that guy. That guy's always lying. I can't trust him.
Well, if
yeah.
it happens 3 times amongst 3 different people, you're like, all right, well, this person's clearly not a trustworthy person. Then it sucks because then everyone has that mutual feeling about them.
Yeah.
And they just know that person's not trustworthy.
Then you question everything.
Well, you just go, well, you can't trust this person.
Yeah.
Okay, if you were in the chat room, write down the percentage of how honest you think you are of a person. Are you 100% honest? Are you 87%? Are you a liar in the 30% range? Just put a percentage in the chat room so we can see who our liars are. Are you going to be honest about it? That's the question.
And I have to be, like, when I do readings, I have to be honest because it's also going to measure my accuracy at some point. And several years ago, I had someone come to me and her father was ill. She said, is this going to be the end of them? And I said, I do think he's going to pass. This is the time period. And he did pass during the amount of time that I said. And she came back and she said, you were the only psychic that told me the truth. Now, that was the way she interpreted it. It could be that they didn't see that he was going to pass in the time period he did. But if I had not told her the truth of what I saw, she would have thought I was just like all of the other ones.
Yeah. And I'd imagine in your field, you really do got to try to keep it honest. It'd be like practicing bad habits.
Yeah.
You're going into the big game and you're lying to your friend, you're lying to your daughter, and then you're going to try to be with an honest.
Right.
And I think there are psychics like that are, and I would even call them psychics, I'd call them scammers. I mean, there's a lot of scamming people who try to claim they're a psychic, and they're liars throughout their whole life. And I think that bleeds through. How could it not?
Yeah.
I
It's
mean-
like I said, it's important with what I do, with the integrity, and if people want to see if I'm accurate. And a lot of people come to me, with pictures of people they're dating, and I tell the truth. And and stuff like that.
Why'd she look
Even
at
though
Everyone looked at
Oh,
you.
because we had that one story.
yeah, at the very beginning,
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
turned you into a believer. What, episode 2
Yeah,
or something?
yeah,
Oh,
like
I
that?
know. He was so ghost curious though.
I was very ghost curious.
But I don't want to, if I see somebody and I see their pic, I'm like, oh my God, this is a serial killer. She needs to get away. I have to tell the truth.
Yeah, I mean, do you guys believe you really can tell a lot by a human through the eyes, or is that just one of them cliches or things you say? An apple a day keeps the doctor away. That shit's not true. You could absolutely go to a doctor even if you eat an apple every day.
I think that's why people wear sunglasses. It really is like the entryway to the
It's
soul.
the tell.
You
You,
can tell
you
immediately.
can tell if someone's going through something. You can tell if someone's down and out. You can tell if someone's on something.
Well,
On
if they
drugs.
have darting eyes and they're not making eye contact, like that is a tell, right? Like they
Yeah.
feel insecure.
The thing that sucks is sometimes people who have social anxiety or social issues, when just talking to people, and there's a lot of people who do struggle with it, they can sometimes appear like they're on something and they're not. They're legit having some kind of a panic attack, and that, if you don't know any better and what someone goes through, you could think, oh my gosh, they're on something and they're going crazy like that. So that's why it's tough sometimes.
Well, it's more pattern recognition. So if someone always does it, then you take that into account. But if you know me and I always look you in the eyes, and then after a podcast you ask me a question and I'm like
Looking down.
I'm looking over at something else. You're like, Becca doesn't usually not make eye contact. You're like, yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, the eyes are the window to the soul, as they say.
And also,
the-
if you see somebody crazy, you can see it in their eyes.
Yeah,
or
th-
scary. Or
There's, I mean, my baseball coach my freshman year, he had those crazy wandering eyes, the kind of eyes, if you're talking to somebody, it's almost as if their eyes go to another place. And you almost, so, hey coach. I said, Coach. Yeah, what? Like they're in another place somewhere. That's a sign of, oh shit, they're going through something.
There's a girl I know really well. Anytime you talk to her, she doesn't make eye contact, and she takes her eyes and she looks up while you're talking to her. I almost thought it was a tick at first, but there's way more to the story. But
Then you can't edge us, Beckett. We want the whole detail.
I just don't know if it's trustworthy, and there's never not never, like they'll have like a darting eye contact, but it's more like an upward eye movement when they're talking. And I was like, I don't think I can trust this person.
How do you?
old are they? Just out of morbid curiosity.
36,
I was gonna say, 'cause I know
37.
younger people, I notice this a lot with. They don't even look at you.
Right.
They either look down at their phone or they look off to the side. I never see them make eye contact.
I guess my question to you, Beckett, would be, how do you know that's not a tick? I mean, she would have
I've known her for 20 years.
So to me, I would say
Should she
that
be
is
doing
a
that whole
tick.
time?
If she does it all the time, and these are your words,
Yeah.
if they do it all the time, it probably is a tick. I just will say that I knew somebody who had really bad social anxiety, and they, for the life, could not look people in the eye. They
wow.
would look up, they'd look, even as hard as they tried, it just was their thing. So I don't know if has she always been trustworthy to you?
No.
Oh, well, then screw that.
Well, then,
Screw
yeah,
her then.
it all adds up.
Shady business.
Well, you should have led with that. I know this girl who's real shifty.
Yeah.
And also, real quick, happy National Raisin Day. Now, let's get into some Ask Vicky.
Blazing past raisins, huh? We had to
Blaze-
act like
I love
freaking Bugs Bunny.
raisins.
Don't do anything for raisins.
I'm a big raisin guy.
Well, you know what? Shit, let's sit down for a second, talk raisins.
I
All right,
think
get it all out, boys.
Raisin Bran was my favorite cereal as a kid.
If I would have known, I would have got this kind of passion about raisins. We would have spent a little bit more time. Please, the floor is yours.
I think they're good in Danishes too, since we're on the topic.
I don't think raisins get the love they deserve.
I think raisins they're hit or miss, man. They got to be used sparingly. Sometimes they're a bit of a bully ingredient.
Ants on a log?
And also, too, they kind of look
like
like
those.
small little testicles. They're all wrinkly. They look like a sack.
Yeah. They're like a scrot. I get it.
They look like
do
a
you like
scrotum.
gra-
It's
do you like-
science word.
You like grapes?
I do like grapes.
And then raisins they turn you off.
Well, you don't have to yell at me, Denny.
Well, I was just you take the water out of something, you're like, I hate it.
Vicky, I mean, what are your thoughts on raisins?
I'm with Beckett. Raisin Bran still is my favorite cereal. It was
Great
my
cereal.
favorite as a kid. I love oatmeal raisin cookies. I throw raisins in my carrot cake. I'm pro raisin.
Big raisin guy.
You know, I'm talking a lot of shit about raisins, and meanwhile, as you keep on saying all this stuff, I eat all this stuff and I love it.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm a raisin guy. Well, God bless the raisin. Now, let's do a little Ask Vicky here. Ghost in the paranormal. Okay, here we go. Vicky is our paranormal expert. She also is a psychic medium. Here's our first question from our audience. If you could channel any historical figure who died under mysterious circumstances, who would it be and what would you ask them first?
Gosh. Yeah, but like in some cases, maybe they don't even know how they really died.
Well,
So I'd have to pick. I mean, I probably would, I'd probably talk to JFK and be like, did you know that the mob was going to do this to you or whatever,
what else did you know, JFK? Did you
Yeah.
know about the aliens?
Yeah, he would probably be up there on my list. Because, I mean, I like Lincoln, but Lincoln got shot. I mean, there's no mystery to it.
Well, let's rephrase the question. Let's go ahead and say nothing with the mystery death or
Okay.
anything. Somebody who is dead historically, you would love, other than Prince,
No, I wouldn't. He's not
Hen-
dead long enough for
Henry
me.
VIII.
Henry VIII,
Yeah,
you
I was
got
just
it.
saying.
Henry VIII.
Yeah,
What,
totally.
do you know what you would ask Henry VIII?
God, I'd ask him everything. I'd say, do I look familiar? Because I swear that in another life I was at his court. I would swear that's why I have my obsession with him in the first place, is that I was literally at his court. I would ask him everything.
When did you start getting the hots for Henry VIII?
Believe it or not, I was like 6 or 7 years old. I didn't go to church that Sunday, and that was back when you had the little black and white TV with a little antenna, and there was nothing on Sunday morning except for PBS. They were doing this special where they did Henry VIII, and they did each one of his wives. Each week was a new wife, and I got obsessed with it.
Got to give a shout out to PBS. As a kid and even as an adult, I have found so many weird, odd things that I never would be into, but because PBS would run it, I'm like, what the hell is this weird, trippy shit? I'm like,
I'm obsessed with PBS and NPR. I'm absolutely obsessed. I donate to them all the time. I think it's one of the few things left that's good. They take no political money. They don't advertise. It is refreshingly boring. Ken Burns documentaries.
I do love a Ken Burns documentary. The guy
my
can make a
gosh.
documentary.
He's the Michael Jordan of documentaries.
He is.
And it is absolutely fantastic. It is such a treat to watch that stuff.
Ken Burns did a baseball documentary. I think it's called 10 Innings.
Yeah.
Dude, it's 10 hours long.
It's fantastic.
And I've watched it probably 90 times in my life.
It's so good.
It's amazing. It's one of those things you watch. The Ken Burns, any of his documentaries, you watch them, you go, I missed that the first time or the 8th time.
It feels like church. It feels like church.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch PBS growing up, Denny?
did. Yeah, just the quirky stuff that you'd find, but a lot of educational programming. They did something on Edgar Allan Poe once, which is probably why I'm so into it. My mom liked Edgar Allan Poe as well.
See?
But it was like a reading of The Raven. And I love that.
Yeah,
I like a bunch of his stuff.
I love Wayne Dyer, the self-help guru, and I found him on PBS.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's one of those channels where you're flipping through and nothing's hitting.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, what is this? And you leave it on, and then 30 minutes later, you go, I like this shit.
I always found that about the History Channel, too, is one of those ones that no matter when you go to, there's always something at least interesting on.
Is the History Channel the one that does not do history anymore? There's one that says the name of the channel, and they do the complete opposite.
Well, so channels now, I don't even know their identity anymore. You know?
Travel Channel very seldom does any traveling
really
shows
doesn't.
anymore. It's all paranormal.
Yeah, they're doing whatever's winning. But I'm talking about like the heyday of cable TV when you came home from your work or school and you're just flipping through. I think it was 79 channels. I know fancy people had more, but
You can't fall asleep and just watch a good World War II tank battle.
totally. You're on a Saturday when you're bored.
Oh, the weird shit I've fallen asleep to. I can't imagine why I have night terrors. Vicky, have you ever encountered a spirit? And I think we might have asked this before, but this is a very commonly asked question. Have you ever encountered a spirit that was experiencing time, difficulty, pretty much the Sixth Sense kind of a thing? They don't know that they're dead. They have a tough time accepting that, and then you have to let them know. Has that ever happened to you?
Right. I was taught when I started on Florida Ghost Team, one of the first rules is we were not allowed to say, "Do you know you're dead?" And one of the reasons is that she was concerned that if we came across a spirit that was not aware that they had passed, that it would cause a violent reaction and be traumatic for the spirit. So for the longest time, I did kind of adopt that same theory when I started my team. But now most of them know they're deceased. There was way back a long time ago in one of the FGT cases, there was one that seemed completely oblivious.
Really?
She was just going around, and it wasn't a place memory because she was an active spirit because I got an EVP. And she was just going about her business, but we were in her way. Like, she let us know, I'm trying to clean the house, and you're in my way.
Why do you think that happened to her?
Denial. Whatever happened when she passed, she was either, it wasn't her time, she felt it wasn't her time, she might have had small children, and she just refused to go, and she just fooled herself into thinking that she was alive.
Does that happen a lot when people are in that state and they have a choice and they see the light? And I'm just using that just for a shorthand here. Mm-hmm. They see the light and they go, I'm not going. I got shit to do. I'm working on a song or whatever their heart or their passion is. I have kids.
I think there's a slight difference in what you're saying there because those are people who actively know they're dead. They see the light comes, and they make the decision, I'm not going. The first scenario that you're talking about is somebody that they never seen the light or they ignored the light, and they're not aware that they're supposed to be on the other side.
So they see the light and they don't go, Denny's. What are your thoughts on this shit?
It's like a Donnie Wahlberg, right, from Sixth Sense?
That I just watched that probably 2 nights ago.
That part's pretty intense.
I watched the first 15 minutes. I just wanted to see the opening.
15.
That scene is very intense and very well done, and you don't even know that is Donnie Wahlberg.
I found that out like 5 years after that movie.
I told my girlfriend, I go, that's Donnie Wahlberg. She's, no, it's not. I go, yes, it is. He doesn't look anything like him.
I think he took that role very seriously because it was one of his big breaks. Not that he wasn't an actor at the time, but he took it very seriously. So he lost weight for it, and he committed. That was a great role.
You see that one yet, Beckett? Sixth Sense. See, that's a good one because I wouldn't say.
I did see Sixth Sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounded like you liked it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Calm down, Beckett.
I see dead people.
Beckett, spoiler alert.
I was thinking about in my head just now, and I know he got canceled, but I thought it was one of his best movies. Is the Bill Cosby Ghost Dad? Remember that?
Beckett, Cosby? You dropping a Cosby bomb on the
No,
podcast?
I know, but that movie was great. You guys didn't like that movie?
What's your favorite Diddy track?
Who's your favorite producer? Weinstein?
Remix to Ignition. Well, it was a good movie.
I think Ghost Dad was in theater. I think I saw that.
Well, because in the beginning he didn't realize he was dead. Remember, he like stepped through the porch.
The fact that you are comparing Ghost Dad to Sixth Sense is making me feel a certain way, Becky. And it's Cosby.
It's a great movie.
That's a hot take.
I'm just busting your chops. But to Denny's point, it's a hot take.
Yeah.
Vicky, can you sense whether a haunting is caused by unfinished business versus something darker, like an entity that was never human?
Oh, I can distinguish if something's a human spirit or an inhuman.
What I know we talk about elementals. Still, a lot of people don't get what that is. They go, so, Bird, you're trying to tell everybody when you and Vicky are talking elementals and she sees elementals at your house and you guys start dropping the word fairies and you have fairies at your house, Bird. What would you say to that person?
Well, the thing is I use all those terms interchangeable because it depends on your culture. They're the same things that one culture might have called fairies, and other ones might have called them imps. Somebody might have called them elementals. Some people may say nature spirits. They're all of the same thing. They've never been human. So it's not like they lived here, they were human, they died, and they decided to come back as these little creatures. They've been here since the beginning of time.
So they're creatures in the spirit form.
So they didn't die and become
They
spirits.
didn't die. They were just already here, and they're not human. They're not human spirits. They're what they are. They're elementals.
So there's people that believe like fire would be from a spirit, like created from a spirit. Wind, water, all that would be from an earthbound spirit.
Like Captain Planet.
Well, when you see an
much.
when you see an elemental at my house, what do you see? Is it more of a sensing, or do you have a visual on this thing?
I see them.
What do they look like?
It depends. Like sometimes if you have one that's a little disgruntled, it will present itself in a scary way. It'll have like these big long claws. It'll have, sharp teeth. It may be like salivating and everything. And then I look at them and I figure out what they are and I'm going, okay, let me really see you. And then they usually will shrink down because they've made themselves super big. They'll shrink down and they're just this cute little, this elemental.
So fear not the elemental.
No, I mean, yeah, there are some disgruntled ones that really want to wreak havoc and they want to play tricks on you and they want to do all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, no, I don't fear them.
Would you say that you sense more elementals here than spirits or shadow people, any of that? Am I living large with elementals?
It's just one of many things. I mean, you have such a plethora, and I think it's pretty well evened out.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
Denny's balance is everything.
Balances everything.
So you got the shadow people, the scary people, the regular elementals
regular,
hanging out,
yeah.
possibly some
So-
ghosts from people who have passed.
Yeah.
And I've had a little bit of this and that
Yes, you have.
throughout my ghost career.
Yes, you have.
If you believe in this stuff, Denny.
Well, so would the darker spirits, ones who are malicious, those are probably also earthbound too, right? They're not from a person who passed, or could a person
It could,
who is
a
truly
human,
evil.
yeah, a person, a human spirit who has decided to be earthbound, who were super nasty in life, are going to be super nasty in death, and they're going to do some of the same things they did when they were alive. If they're stuck here and they were a killer, they're going to try. They won't be successful, but they're going to try to kill people. They're going to try to do all that. That's who they are.
It's another question. People go, can a ghost kill somebody? Any documented cases of that?
There's been documented cases, if you want to believe in poltergeist activity, where people have been hurt with flying. I mean, objects fly.
Have you ever sensed a poltergeist in any sense of any place I've lived at?
No. I don't think you've had major. Now, the activity I saw when we were texting and how, you remember I talked about how angry? I felt like it could have the potential to create poltergeist-like activity by throwing things, pushing people, and that kind of thing. But, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, look, Denny's, we got time here. We gotta shoot.
Well, so
with the-
demonic presences also those would be earthbound. Those would not be. That would be something from another plane or existence.
Well, no, I mean, technically, if you want to come from a biblical standpoint, Lucifer and his minions, they fell to earth. So they would have been heavenly bodies that were dispelled from heaven, and they they didn't go to hell because that's not listed in the Bible. Mm-hmm. It's a mistranslation. So they would be roaming the earth. What I think, though, has happened with a lot of teams and people who call themselves demonologists and things like that, I think they've actually seen elementals and nature spirits.
And they're getting it confused.
They're calling them demons.
God, yeah. And
Demons have to be so rare.
yeah, and we
They
learned elementals are cute, adorable.
Well, you
Once they
once,
stop being disgruntled, yeah.
you once told Bird how to get more elementals by
Yeah.
Giving
leaving them
the
presents.
leaving them their little sacrifices and their presents, to honor them.
I did that here because I get a lot of shit from a lot of people that say, "What are you doing? Don't mess with this stuff." Or the other thing is, "This is all fake and this is all bullshit." And I respect that because you put something out there in the public, you got to take the reaction. My goal is to get something on camera. We've done that once. I really think we can get something on camera around here. I do. I think it may take a few tries. Once I feel, and Vicky feels, and we feel as a team, we have something good, then we can start cleansing out some stuff. I want proof. I would like to have proof of this stuff because I think proof makes people believe or at least question things. I mean, even the video we did that made national news, or not news, but it was on a national
Paranormal caught on camera, yeah.
Yeah, that was a cool thing for us. I thought, oh my gosh, even the naysayers are gonna. No, in fact, they were even doubled down more. This is so fake. This is bullshit. That's your dog, Chewy. Chewy, who never was even upstairs at my house.
And like I said, at the time, I mean, if anybody wanted to come pick up my DVR and watch all 4 cameras, you can see Chewy downstairs the entire time. But the one thing I do have to, rest in peace. But when it was shown on the Osbournes Want to Believe, Ozzy said it was a dog too. So
He did?
yeah, Ozzy tried. Oh, I don't think that's real. I think it's like a dog or a cat.
On me?
Yeah, on
That
our
son
clip.
of a biscuit.
Yeah.
I do not remember that. I
Yes.
do not
Yes.
remember.
Well, that's because it was on one episode of that show, and it was like they didn't show the whole clip; they showed part of it, and so Ozzy's interpretation, again, not knowing any background on it, he's like, I think that's a dog or a cat.
But not a bad Aussie, Vicky. Very good.
Bugs Bunny, no. Ozzy, yeah.
I think you all can back me up. Chewy couldn't get up the stairs at that place.
he was not going upstairs. at
Wasn't the
that
blanket here at this house?
The blanket?
No, it was at the last
point. That was
townhouse.
his old apartment upstairs.
Yeah,
Okay.
remember my place down in
Yeah.
Sandalwood.
Yeah, because we did an investigation here too.
Oh, we've done
Yes.
it everywhere I've lived.
Yes, we have done one.
Literally, since 2007, I've investigated every single place that you have lived at.
I got good marks in every house, Beckett.
Yeah.
I wonder if you'll get activity tonight, right? It's a full moon.
Woo!
Are we waxing gibbous?
Ow! Denny's.
Don't get excited. We usually don't get any more activity on a full moon.
Oh, come on, Vicky. Don't
We'll
ruin
do
this
some
for me.
sacrifices for the.
Don't ruin this for me. Mr. Beckett, do you have anything for... by the way, great job, Vicky. Wonderful job. Always learning. Mr. Beckett, do you have anything for the tech world?
I don't.
Okay, no homework.
I got your video.
I didn't know I
you
was supposed to
sent.
bring anything
What's
for the tech world.
what's the video? Go ahead and intro this video. What do you got here?
Which video is that?
Somebody sent a video of it was like a weird museum, weirdest museum.
Oh, I sent that?
Well, I don't know. We
It
don't know
wasn't
back
me.
here.
It wasn't me.
All right, never mind. We'll skip the museum because I don't think Beckett.
No, play it.
Okay.
I did send that on the group chat.
Yeah. I was gonna say. So I just don't know anything about
Yeah,
it.
could you-
I only grabbed the video just for.
I'm just saying for the audience, do you mind setting it up? Tell us what it is.
It's this museum. You'll see. It's a paranormal museum in Savannah. It's really cool.
Yeah. So we're watching it right here.
But tell us what it is though, because I don't think we have sound on this.
Well, no, I just pulled the video. It dictates everything here.
So they have all of these things from all these different famous stories, and they have like shrunken
Jersey
heads.
Devil.
Yep, Jersey Devil House. They have stuff from Comet's Haley's Comet group. Like they actually have the VCR that they did at Haley's Comet.
That's cool.
Like this is like that right there. Heaven's Gate.
VHS
Heaven's
video?
Gate. Yep.
Oh wow.
It is over the top.
Where's this at?
Savannah.
Oh, yeah.
Savannah, Georgia.
Savannah.
Is Savannah known? That's kind of a ghosty town, is it not?
yeah.
Virginia. Is it not, Vicky?
Yeah, they got the
Don't
cemetery.
call me that.
Oh, dang.
Sorry, Bay. Yeah, no. So downtown Savannah has that cemetery right in the center.
Yeah, I mean,
right by the
there's a
Riverwalk.
lot of ghost tours and stuff. I love Savannah. It's like off the charts haunted.
It's got those cool mossy trees too.
Yeah, I love places like that, Beckett. I'd like to go to more weird, odd places. There's so many of these kind of places throughout the country
Yeah.
that it's got paranormal or Bigfoot or alien stuff.
We need to go on a road trip.
Yeah, we should.
I've been wanting to forever.
I know summer's coming up.
Let's
do
do it. I know we always talk about it. Is St. Augustine? Would that be a good first one, or
Yep.
is that whack?
No,
great.
there's plenty of things we can do there. Yep.
Is that too far for everybody? That's a good 4 hours
No,
away.
it's like
No,
That's
Yeah.
perfect.
That's
Yeah.
pretty close.
All right, cool.
We can take the Airstream up.
Didn't
I
you
hope not the one in
dismantle
your
that
yard
thing?
that has like no windows.
Yeah, you dismantled.
No,
it. I, thought you cut it in half.
I donated that one. This one,
Okay.
this
Oh, so you
one.
got the other
Yeah,
one
it's a
now.
1960s. We
Okay.
can all stay in the Airstream, go up to St. Augustine.
Let me know what the plan is, and I'm there.
So
Okay.
you got a new Airstream, and it's in the same spot that the old one was in?
No, I've had both, but my family and friends were like, "You need to be an adult and get this out of your driveway." Because I was gonna redo that one too. I just didn't have the time.
Mr. Denny's, you got some Denny's
Random facts.
Our sweet Denny's does a great job at just scouring, searching, hunting, encyclopedias, the net.
Yes,
All of
scouring.
it. Yeah, just scouring. And he has these factoids that blows our mind. Vicky, our educator, she gives him an A if she loves it. She gives him an F if it sucks. Denny, the floor is yours.
Yes. Well, so just about everyone on the planet has demo decks. Do you guys know what demo decks are?
No.
Demo decks are little mites that live in your eyelashes,
Ugh.
and they come out every night to reproduce, and then they go back in. The craziest part is they are a natural part of the human biome. We're supposed to have them, and everyone on the planet has them. In fact, in 2014, which was the most recent study I could find, they tested a group of samples, and 100% of the samples above 18 possess these things.
Wow. Vicky, I mean, we got mites in the eyes.
And that's what he wants to start tonight off with?
I was very sad when I read this, but then I read that it's a perfectly normal thing and a lot of people have it. If you have an over amount of them, so they live in your oil glands for your hair follicles. All your hair follicles have oil glands, blah, blah, blah. And they live there and they're just chilling. But if you don't bathe enough or you let the oil build up too much, they start overpopulating. They start
Ugh.
reproducing nonstop.
This is turning my stomach, dog.
I'm gonna put dial all over my eyes tonight.
So they have a 2-week lifespan. So it turns out they reproduce constantly. Every single night that you go to bed, they just reproduce in your eyes and then go back into your hair follicles.
So 2 weeks is a lie. It's actually a lifetime.
Well, so they reproduce to constantly refill the 2 week supply that they only live for 14 days.
It's horrifying,
They
Vicky.
reproduce every 7 days.
It's gross, but you can't say it's not interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a B. And just for people who are listening who are freaked out, Mary Kay Products does have something to kill those.
Oh,
So-
really?
Yeah, your body will naturally fight them. Again, it's part of the human biome. We're supposed to have them. They live in your hair follicles on your face.
And that's just your eyes, which is the front of the house. Imagine what people's butts are really like.
Oh yeah.
That's why you get a Tushy. I've been evangelizing these Tushies. We're not sponsored by Tushy, but Tushy.
Is that a brand name for a bidet thing?
Oh, it's the best thing ever.
All right, so I have like the poor man's bidet. You screw it onto your own toilet seat, and it kind of just.
That's what this is.
Oh, all right. So,
It's like $150 on Amazon, and it will change your life.
So I've been using the bidet for a while.
Yeah.
The squatty potty and the bidet have been a
Yeah.
part of my life for.
Yeah, they have a travel wand.
Look, we get it. You guys have pristine buttholes. We get it. Congratulations.
Yeah.
We walk around without shit in our ass.
Yeah, it's nice. We don't like spread it around with paper like you guys.
Hey, I have not publicly come out to say anything about my ass situation,
Exactly.
okay?
I haven't
Your
made
silence speaks loudly.
I have not made a public statement. Don't you put words in my mouth.
The silence was loud and clear back then.
Don't drag me into his ass shit.
Yeah, don't put words in my butt.
I've been a big person. I like the squatty potty. I feel like that is also it steps up the game as well.
Clearly, you guys love raisins and you guys love shit items.
Yeah.
Or butt cleaning items.
I think they kind of go hand in hand too, right?
Yeah, 100%.
kind of help.
All right, Vicky, on that mite factoid, what do you give
I think
Denny's?
Yeah, I think it was a B.
Oh, that's
yeah.
right. Sorry, I got distracted for some reason.
They're microscopic, so I wouldn't worry about it.
All
It would
right,
take-
Denny's, what's your next
It
one?
would take a bunch of them. I'll move on to something less crazy. All right, so I was looking at a bunch of different rare phobias. I feel like as we age and as the years go on, just more and more phobias start coming out. And this, I found a list of it was the top 10 most irrational phobias as of 2026 or whatever. But I also found a phobia that it's an irrational phobia, but it's also kind of a goophobia. It's not considered 100% in the book of phobias, but it's still, if somebody has it, they have to consider it a phobia. And there's one called cenosocophobia, which is the fear of your glass being empty.
I get that. Yeah, no, it's a real fear.
So they put that one in the phobia, FAUX-bia, as it's still recognized, but not enough people have it to be classified.
And I wonder too if they just make up shit, kind of like how TikTok makes up new words, you know,
Possibly
Shrekking and all those kind of words.
like a Shrekophobia.
Well, for example, I get sub anxiety when I'm in a deli line. I get to the sub area. I'm always afraid. Like, I'll tell them the sub order, and I'll see them making it, and I'm always afraid they're going to put peppers on it or something, or a fly is going to land on there. That would be like a
trendy term.
Yeah, subtonia or something. Yeah.
Well, so I looked it up. Only 12.5% of Americans have a true phobia. It's a pretty low number. But I would consider my fear of spiders in a phobia category because it like kind of shuts me down sometimes.
I've seen it's kind of like with me with tall buildings. You've seen me shut down. I've seen you shut down with spiders. So I imagine if your body starts to shut down and
it has to be a true phobia.
It's got to be a phobia.
But phobia just means fear. Everyone's got fears.
So phobia
Right?
is a fear that it takes it to the next level. It becomes like a debilitating.
It's like
it's
chronic.
paralyzing.
Yeah, it comes and it kind of starts to dictate your life a little bit.
Some of these phobias I'm going to read off to you are in the classifications of a phobia, meaning enough people possess them. But some of these would be absolutely debilitating. You would not be able to function in normal life. One of this one is chaetophobia, the fear of hair or hair becoming detached or detached hair. So if they see a hairball, if they get their hair cut, they have a fear of that. They can't deal with the hair. Another one is omphalophobia, which is the fear of belly buttons, where these people will put Band-Aids over it. They consider it an open wound that will never heal. There's also turophobia, which is an irrational fear of cheese. They can't be in the same room. They can't smell it. In fact, they don't even like milk because it turns into cheese. There's also pogonophobia, which is the fear or in disdain of beards. They can't be around beards. They can't see beards. This one would hurt you, Bird. This is mortuoseciosophobia, which is the fear of tomato ketchup.
That and the cheese one, both of those would really get me.
Consistency and smell. They can't be anywhere near ketchup. Otherwise, they get a fear of it.
I always used to make fun of Virginia about the blue food. I'm like, oh, she's full of shit, but maybe she's got a blue food phobia. She really does not like blue food.
She doesn't. But if she had a phobia, she wouldn't even be able to be in the room with it.
So she is faking. I knew it.
She just doesn't want that blue color. There's a diopnophobia, which is the fear of dining out with people.
That one, so that kind of comes full circle with the social anxiety.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've known people that have gone to a restaurant and they're not able to order. They can't look at the waiter or waitress and order. You have to do it for them. And they have a major fear, and they can do it, but it is a struggle to watch. And then they feel bad throughout the whole dinner, and at that point, it's like, I'll just order. It's
my roommate in college had to have me order the pizza.
Really?
Because he
on the
was
phone?
I had
a
he was
friend who
so
couldn't
nervous about talking on the phone to the pizza delivery guy.
It's a thing for some people. I know it's crazy if you're able to talk on the phone, but it kind of reminds me of just, you never know what someone's going through or understand it until you experience it. If you're
Right.
not afraid of a phone, you're going, what the fuck? You're
Or
afraid
talking to somebody.
You're afraid of or talking to somebody. But to them, that's their worst fear ever. And what makes it worse is majority of people don't understand that. And
Absolutely.
that can lead to some depression.
Well, that's why I try to be cool because, like, I know that like a lot of people could just have spiders crawl on their face and they're cool. And
Yeah.
so I just try to apply myself to that. I'm like, damn, if they got that fear, I mean, it's kind of the same way I feel about.
So what do you guys think about? I'm sure you guys have heard people say it. I have a healthy fear of.
Well, so I have a healthy fear of falling out of an airplane.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a healthy fear of murder.
Okay.
Yeah, if you come and break into my house with an axe, I'm going to be healthily afraid.
Well, my admission is I've always said I have a healthy fear of heights. Mm-hmm. Right. So if I'm on top of a building or at the edge of a cliff, I'm kind of like, no, whatever. But part of my phobia is I have a feeling in my head, this is just being honest, that I want to jump. when you get. Have you ever heard anyone say that?
Well,
with their fear of
absolutely.
heights,
It's
it's
because-
just like it just feels like you're right here on the edge, and it's like, oh, it feels so easy just to like.
If it's high enough,
Which makes me more scared, and that becomes like a circular reasoning thing in my head. And I'm just being honest and candid. That is a weird thing with my phobia of heights.
Yeah, well, it makes sense to me because I understand because I have a fear of heights too. And it's not that you want to jump, but you're up there and you're trapped and you're stuck in your fear. And part of your brain goes, if I just jump off, I can escape this
Right.
horrible, horrible feeling that I'm going through.
Right.
Not that you would want to, but because you're not in the right state of mind,
Right.
you're afraid you would do something irrational out of fear. Because, look, that does happen. People
Yeah.
have a horrible panic attack. They're not watching what they're doing. They go dart out and run in traffic and get hit by a car.
Yeah.
So there's a real life fear there mixed with and I wouldn't even call it an irrational fear. So it does make sense to me.
And I think evolutionary, like we weren't meant to be 5,000 feet in the air on top of a building. Like, you know, on like TikTok or Instagram, like these guys like climb to the top with a GoPro video.
Fuck.
It makes my
They-
stomach
I don't even watch it.
And then they jump on a mountain without any
Yeah.
kind of,
Not going to watch it.
safeguard on.
Somebody just put a video. They went on the top of like one of those baseball domes, those indoor domes, and they have like a cutout with
Yeah.
a ladder that you can go down and fix a light.
And I'm not trying to be gross or weird, but it makes my peen and my butthole just like, pucker up and go inside my body. I lose my stomach even thinking about that.
My anus climbs up my
yeah.
spine.
Could you imagine being on the top of a stadium and looking down,
No.
and you have to figure out how to get off? Oh my god!
So that's a healthy fear because I feel like I don't really have a fear of heights. I can go up on a ladder, I can go up on a roof, but man, there's this height I get to where if I get like that 1950s zoom in effect.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's disorienting.
slow mo and vertigo's going down.
Ugh. I'll fall. I'll just pass out and fall off.
Are you scared of heights, Vicky?
I'll do the third rung on a ladder. That's pretty much it.
Okay, so
But I don't have a fear. Like if I go someplace that I know it's secure, like I could go to the edge of a building. You know, I could be up on the 20th floor.
On the
you
top
know,
of the building?
Yes, on the top of the building, as long as I knew it was secure.
What happens to me is everything starts to really heighten. The sound, the wind, if there's a song, it's so intense.
Yeah.
I can hear the cars all the way down there, and it just starts to, like you say, it turns into this weird vertigo.
We visited the Grand Canyon. You can walk like right up to the edge, and
my
as I got closer, I dropped to my knees and I was crawling, and then I was just inchworming, and I kind of peeked over it. I couldn't even handle it. It was too grand.
I forget where it's at. It might be China. There's this bridge, and it's made of glass.
Oh, I see the
It's
videos.
super high, and there's people who try to, you can see down as you're walking, and there's people who cannot. They'll get like a quarter down the way, and they'll get to the ground, and they have to crawl
Yep.
back
Yeah.
like a dog back to the end. That would be me.
That's what I had to do at the Grand Canyon. It's that grand.
Yeah.
I know you ran through that thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Me and Klepto from the Snack Pack went up on the big tall ride at the rapids, and we're both scared of heights. We got to the very top, and we're both like, we can do it, and we hit a line. If we would have just got to go down the slide, I think we could have done it. It was the waiting up in that line on the very top, and you could again hear the wind. We both had to crawl all the way in front of KVJ Nation, or it was pretty humiliating.
Sorry,
That's
guys.
amazing.
Can I squeeze through that?
Yeah, sorry guys, I'm a pussy. I can't do it.
And the last one I'll throw out there, nomophobia, which is one of the biggest growing ones. Fear of not having your mobile phone on you.
That's a good fear.
It's growing with the younger kids.
I have a fear of missing
that thing
out.
What do you think, Vicky? He did the work. It was
He did the work. There was a lot of conversation. It's an A.
that's an A. Like, smart conversation, dog.
So this one's kind of more of a fun quiz for y'all. I know you know some of these, so I'm gonna throw some of the more harder ones at you than I will the other guys here. But so I was looking up food mascot names, and we know a lot of them. But I did not know the Monopoly Man's real name.
Oh, what is his name?
It's odd. I don't know if I've ever really truly heard it.
Rupert?
No, you're not too off because it is like one of those old style names. It's Milburn Pennybags.
Pennybags?
Pennybags, aka Rich Uncle Pennybags.
That's fantastic.
Pennybags is good.
I thought that was great. Milburn Pennybags. That sounds such like a name of that time frame and everything. So I looked up a list of other fun mascot names. So I'll just go around the room, and this one I don't think you do know Bird, which is why I'm throwing it at you first here. But do you know Mr. Clean's real name? The Mr. Clean product?
I don't think I do.
It's tough.
It's not Carl.
No. He goes by Mean Gene.
Huh.
I know, weird, right? Isn't that the name of the announcer for the WWF?
Mean Gene Okerlund, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they named Mr. Clean. I'll pass the next one here to Vicky. Do you know the Cookie Monster's real name? And I think I've done this one before, way in the past.
This is some bullshit. It's a Cookie Monster.
Is it Chip?
No, it should. That's so much better.
That's good, Becky.
In fact, his name Cookie Monster was dubbed by viewers calling him the Cookie Monster. They originally referred to him as Sid, the Cookie
Oh,
Monster.
no. That does not work.
Sid, the
No.
Cookie Monster.
I mean, Sid fits more for the one that hung out in the garbage can.
Scream?
Oscar?
Oscar,
the
yeah.
Grouch.
Sid sounds like he's hanging out in garbage.
Yeah, Oscar. Wow.
He was always kind of a...
Weird character.
Yeah, he was kind of like the Eeyore.
Snuffleupagus is the Eeyore of Sesame Street.
You're
Yeah.
right, you're right.
That motherfucker couldn't buy a smile.
Yeah.
And sometimes his eyes would close independently and make him look insane.
Yeah.
It's just like, all right, Snuffy, can you get your shit together? I don't have time for
Dave
this.
Chappelle did the best skit on Sesame Street. Do you hear his?
Oh,
yeah,
It's
oh, yeah.
classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
Beckett, for you, do you know Captain Crunch's real name?
I do not.
It is Horatio Magellan Crunch.
I
know
did
that
do
one.
that one.
I know
yeah.
you know. That's why I'm skipping the ones I know you know. Deliberately. But actually, what's funny is he's technically a Commodore. He's only got 3 stripes on his. It's a miss.
It is. It's a big misconception.
For you, Bird, do you know the Lucky Charms mascot's name?
Man, I really suck at this. Elfie?
I picked it because it's weird. The original ads referred to him as Sir Charms. That was his name. And again, dubbed by listeners Lucky.
Lucky.
And that became the name from the 80s onward. But originally, they were trying to dub him as Sir Charms. It just didn't stick.
I'm glad you're testing me. I need some dusting up, Beckett.
In fact, originally, he was replaced in the 70s by this mascot here. It was called Waldo the Wizard.
Oh, wow. We're watching it right now if you're just listening. And Waldo does not belong on a Lucky Charms box.
But I was born in the 80s. I kind of remember that guy.
So he was at the 80s they had replaced him back to the Lucky Charms mascot, but through the 70s he was short-lived run as Waldo the Wizard, and the name of the marshmallows in that cereal are called Marbits. They're not called marshmallows, they're called Marbits.
Is that the cereal that's magically delicious?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's magically delicious.
Yeah.
It's magically delicious.
Name.
No, I should, but no, I don't.
She's like, just can we end this game,
Sure,
please?
yeah.
This is an impossible one.
It should be Saul.
It's Bartholomew Richard Fitzgerald Smythe.
We talked about that
Yes.
on the show.
I know you know that one. That's why I didn't do it for you. And then here's the last one I'll throw at you because it's just so odd.
By the way, I didn't remember any of these. When you say them, I'm like, oh, yeah. But if you were to ask me, I
Well,
would.
if I said, let's say, what if I said Rice Krispies?
Rice Krispies is the
There's
3 of them. It's Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
beautiful, beautiful. Do you happen to know the Hamburger Helper's real name?
Hamburger Helper, San Francisco. No, that's not San Francisco treat. What
That's
song?
Rice-A-Roni.
Rice-A-Roni. The San Francisco treat. Yeah,
I used to always
what
think-
is all hamburglers or ham?
So from the 80s onward, he went by Lefty, because he's a left hand. But before that, he was actually originally dubbed the Helping Hand, and then they changed him to an actual name.
Raise your hand if you loved a Hamburger Helper.
Oh,
Loved it.
That was all you were served back from 86 to 89.
I noticed Vicky did not raise her hand.
No, my mom made everything homemade. We didn't have a box of Hamburger Helper.
Yes.
I used to babysit for a woman when I was like 18, and she would stay late certain nights, and I'd have to make Hamburger Helper for those kids. I hated doing that.
Oh, it's kind of gross now in hindsight.
Oh, when I think about it, I want to throw up.
Here, this one I want to throw to you just because this mascot changed. We all know the mascot of Cheetos,
Chester,
Cheeto, right?
who's a little suspect.
He's probably.
He's holding, and I also think Chris Hansen may or
I was
may
gonna
not.
say,
What are you doing here?
he's probably a hashtag me too. Not this one right here. This was the original Cheetos mascot. It was the Cheetos mouse.
Nope. Way too much like a mouse. I'm turned off. You know I don't like rat shit.
Well, he
no.
was very formal. He was very well mannered, and he was the mascot in the '60s until they came up with dangerously cheesy with Chester Cheetah.
Although he's got some priors, old Chester, it's the right move. He's
I
a better
agree.
mascot than that rat.
Last one I'll throw at you, Bert, because I think you know this one. Honey Smacks.
Dig him.
Oh, you got it. You got it.
Very good, Denny. What do you give that, Vicky?
An A.
Oh, look at that. You're mid the honor roll, kid.
You know, I'll write back home.
I thought Beckett might like this if I can find my phone. There's a Bigfoot story, and I'd like to get the chat room's opinion. Do they hate getting a Bigfoot news story that broke out in Ohio from AI Claude? Let's see how he delivers the news report. There's been some Sasquatches out in Ohio and a couple other states in the last 2 weeks. Let's see how he does. And tell me, is the chat room impressed? Are you guys impressed? Claude, it's me. We're on the Weird Whatever podcast. How's it going? Hold on. Hey, Claude, what's going on? Hey, Claude, it's me. We're on the Weird Whatever podcast. How's it going?
Hey, what's up, Birdman? Good to hear from you. Just ready to help out with whatever you need for the podcast or anything else. What's on your mind?
Could you let the audience know about that Ohio Bigfoot story and just, give them the raw facts, but keep that personality?
Oh, man. Okay, so here's the thing. I gotta be honest with you. I'm drawing a blank on a specific Ohio Bigfoot story.
Are you fucking kidding me, Claude? You're making me look like a fool?
Damn.
We talked about this. The Ohio Bigfoot story. Come on. See, the robots are taking over.
Sorry, Birdman.
Sorry, bad man. I'm not mocking you, Claude. I apologize. You're kind of fucking up my vibe right now. Could you pull up the Ohio Bigfoot story and give it like a news report? You're 0 for 1.
You know what? I hear you, and I genuinely...
You're shitting the bed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I hear you. Let me search this down for you right now. All right, okay, got it. So here's the news for your audience. Back in early March this year, Northeast Ohio experienced what cryptid experts call a flap. Basically, an unusual cluster of Bigfoot activity. Between Marches 6th and 10th, the Bigfoot Society received 8 high-credibility sightings concentrated around Mantua and Garrettsville in Portage County, which hasn't seen this kind of activity since the 1970s. Here's where it gets wild. A mother and daughter came within 3 feet of a 6.5-foot brown creature on Route 303, describing a blurred face and what they called a stilt gait. Another witness saw
Okay, thank you, Claude. I appreciate it. That will go on.
So
all
is that
day.
accurate?
You think it's accurate until you look it up. You really, and kind of this experiment was to let you know everyone's been blowing Claude. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. I looked up a cold case file here in Palm Beach County, and it gave me nothing but wrong factoids. So if I was just to take Claude by his word and present that to the audience, people would go, "What the shit are you talking about?" So there's some bugs there, Mr. Beckett.
I like that you're embracing AI. I gotta admit it.
Well, I'm trying to show you that it's not that fucking good.
Yeah.
Well, so I
That's
donate to Wikipedia every year. I just feel like it's a good source.
Yeah.
So their campaign right now is attacking AI. Like I get their newsletter and they just go, AI is just taking all our information and getting it wrong. We need to preserve this.
And I know people are burned on the AI conversation. The reason why we do bring it up is it's coming whether you like it or not, and it's going to change things. And I think just some people don't realize how much it's going to change things. And I want people to be prepared is all.
Well, and it's getting a lot better. I mean, what we just witnessed there was volumes better than the last time we did AI on the radio.
It's a weird analogy to give, but just like a child growing up, it is in a before toddler phase right now. Mm-hmm. And it's going to eventually go to college. It's eventually going to get its master's. It's eventually going to get its doctorate. It's going to get better and better. And I feel like people are making a decision on it where it is in its literal and metaphorical infancy. Mm-hmm. It's just going to keep on getting better.
Vicky, what are your thoughts? I've heard some teachers nervous about AI replacing them. Does that ever cross your mind?
No, I'm not. I mean, I'm old enough. I'm not worried about it ever replacing me. And honestly, I don't think teachers have a long time before they're going to be replaced just for the fact that we act as babysitters.
Yeah.
And people need to send their children someplace. We learned that during COVID.
Yeah.
But It's so easy for kids to go on there and just to take information, and they're not doing any of the work. The most work they're doing is searching for it. They're not doing any of the actual work.
So I force my students to use AI.
Yeah.
So one of the big criticisms on college is they're not preparing them for the real world. And as soon as these kids get out of college and they go work at a job, they're going to have have a competitive advantage, whether it's working on their resume. A lot of these companies are hiring people via AI.
Yeah, no, I think all that's, I get all that. The world's going to be AI. It's just the problem is a lot of people are feeling threatened. And now I'm finally seeing what I thought I was going to see in the beginning. I'm seeing a lot of pushback finally from humans. And they're starting to get involved, and they're starting to realize, only because the people who made AI are coming out and saying either they either have a smile on their face talking about how humans are going to become pets, or they go, we don't know where the fuck this is going, and we are actually nervous, and we had our hands in this world. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm a guy who doesn't know shit about AI. I just know that when I hear experts talk about it, who were involved in making it, kind of go, that's when I just hit a little caution button.
Well, it's one of the many reasons people like Claude. Is the CEO is one of those people that is saying, like, we need to be careful. And they're taking an ethical stand. They're the ones I brought up on last podcast that said, no, Pentagon, we're not going to do that. We're not doing autonomous bombing and letting things get out of control.
Or getting facts right about Bigfoot.
Yeah.
What's up? Sorry,
I'm saying somebody will, though. AI, you got one ethical AI company, and how ethical? You hope they're going to use it ethically.
Well, he just seems like a CEO that's doing the best that he can, given the context of it. One thing that I will say, my dad, when I was sitting in the car, when you walked out front, he goes, you guys don't talk about Sasquatch enough.
Funny enough, we did.
And I've had a couple friends, we say like how Denny's and I are skeptics and a little tone deaf. I've started to feel
I don't know about that last part, but no.
Not in music, but just in terms of like psychic abilities. I have had a lot of things happen in the last 6 to 12 months where I say something, I'm like, I haven't heard from this person. And they text me 5 minutes later. And then I have other friends that I freak out. I'm like, oh, well, what about this situation that we've been waiting on or whatever? And my friend will text me back. They're like, that's so weird. They just texted me back like 2 minutes ago.
Isn't there a word for that? Isn't there? Because that'll happen. That is weird. All of a sudden,
but it's been happening enough where my friends have started to comment on it. And again, like as I was saying, like I'm kind of skeptical on the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I don't think I have any abilities or whatever. Maybe it's hanging out with you guys that has abilities. But now there's been a lot of like situations where they're like, "How did you know that was going to happen?"
Maybe you're just honing the feeling. You'll get that feeling. Maybe that's like part of the...
It just become a point where it's happened enough, it's become weird.
Yeah,
there would be two schools of thought on that. One of them is that, okay, you're having premonitions. The other was you thought about that person, and that old expression, what you think about, you bring about.
Like the
so
secret?
It could be, that the energy, you thought of that person, that sent the energy out there, that person somehow picked up on the energy and reached out.
Do you really believe that, though? Because what happens, and I'm only playing the role of the skeptic, because I think that's all nice and that's all great, and sometimes I do believe that, but what about the other times in life when you're thinking about somebody and you don't hear anything? See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, it's almost as if we cherry pick certain moments and we forget about the other ones. I do agree there are moments like that where it doesn't seem to make sense, where you haven't talked to somebody in 10 years and you think about them, or you're on their Facebook or something. They just cross your thoughts,
right.
And then you hear from them in 2 days. It is weird.
Yeah.
But I love when that happens.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. And to answer the Bigfoot thing, my old thing with Bigfoot, the reason why we don't talk about him that much anymore is I kind of think Bigfoot's probably just, if Bigfoot does exist, it's a species that's kind of died out, and there's still some Bigfoot out there. I mean, why could that not be some type of giant ape-like creature?
I mean, it's really not that far-fetched to think.
It's not.
That, a secret colony of them existed somewhere, and then maybe they don't exist anymore, or maybe they moved to a new location.
Well, it's kind of like people get lost in the terminology. When you say alien, automatically little green guy running around. when it doesn't mean that. It's kind of like anytime you say spiritualism, people automatically think you're talking about organized religion. People get lost in the sauce with the word sometimes and don't realize the context behind it. To me, I think Bigfoot could easily just be a creature that, I mean, we've had very tall primates before roam the earth. So to say that there's some left over, I don't think that's that crazy of a thought. That's why I'm just like, all right, yeah, it makes sense to me. Aliens, mystery, baby.
Right.
What the shit?
That one is a mystery, yeah.
That one,
one's more forward, the other one's more past.
well, if Bigfoot's real, our world stays the same. It's like, oh shit, Bigfoot was real. It was some kind of creature.
It's on the Darwinian chart.
Yeah, if aliens are real, people have to rethink a lot of stuff they've been bred to believe since the day they were born.
It'd mess up a lot of belief systems.
It would make people just it give them a little mental glitch, if you will. And I think some people would have a tough time with that.
Like I said, I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I think some people will have a tough time. I think some people will be cool. And also, too, the third factor is, what are they going to do? Are they cool?
That is the open-ended question.
Yeah, I think
That's what makes it scary.
I think everyone on the panel here believes there's something out there.
Of course.
Oh yeah, I just saw something. I hate to say the numbers, but it was something of like in just our galaxy, there's 1 billion systems just like ours.
Yeah, and this is not to ever, because I am a man that believes in scientists and all that, but I also think scientists are human and they can make mistakes, and that's okay. It's part of the game.
Oh yeah, well I think as we develop, right, they see something's a mistake and then they reevaluate it and then we move on from that and then they realize that was probably not 100% accurate. And sometimes I think the magnifying glass gets sharper. We can zoom in further. It changes how we measure.
I like it. I like that, Denny's. Very, very good. Well, guys, I could talk all night long, weird shit, but we do got to wrap it up a little bit. I want to say thank you to everyone who is listening. Anyone have anything to plug before we play the song of the week?
Yeah, some people have been reaching out, so if you want to schedule a reading, you can send me an email at nancy38drew@aol.com, NANCY38DREW @AOL. Yes, I still have AOL mail.
Don't worry about it.
Or you can find me on Facebook at Readings by Vicky, VACKIE.
I still have an email from high school, so don't even sweat it.
I love it.
Beckett, anything to plug?
No.
Denny's?
Got some new shoes. They're super comfy.
Oh, okay.
Finally
If I would
got.
have known that, I'd put that on the top of the prep.
What kind of kicks?
They're Skechers.
Oh, very nice.
Well, so I went to go get some fancy ones. I tried them on, man. Shoes are getting narrower. They're getting thinner and more
Euro.
Yeah, exactly. So I couldn't fit in them. So I went to Skechers, and the guy talked me into these super comfy ones. I can't believe them.
Here is our song of the week. By the way, great story about the shoes, Dennis.
I mean, he came to me.
I love it. I love the randomness. The song of the week, it's anybody in our audience that writes their own music. We really want to promote that. We believe in that. Getting your music is hard to play anywhere. It's crazy, Denny's. People just a lot of times don't want to listen to original music anymore.
Well, even the algorithms too almost punish original music.
Yeah,
it's weird. If you on Facebook or on Instagram, people. I have a lot of friends who are musicians, and they constantly struggle getting their. They won't even pop up on my feed. I have to search them manually.
Yeah, so it says, hi, Jason. I've heard you mention bringing back the Weird Whatever podcast recently, and I remember you sometimes feature music of local artists. I'm kind of expanding that to just our audience because we have people that live all over the country. So if you're a musician, please send it, even if you live in the Carolinas or wherever. My husband, Richard J. Simon, has a song that he wrote and recorded, and if you like, we'd love to hear it on the show. The song is called Take My Pain Away, and you can listen to it here. Okay, Richard, the floor is yours. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Weird and Whatever podcast. We love you all, and
Bigfoot is real.
I've been in this boat a long time now, got nowhere to go. Ashes are falling from the sky, hot as hell below. I can see you, you can see me. Am I finally free? My lips are moving, but you can't hear me. The bow's underwater. Why is the current moving so fast? Radio's not working, sails dead. Is this my last? Feeling claustrophobic, can't move my fingers. Can you make it stop? The shovel scraping the earth. Dirt is hitting the top. I drink for tomorrow, I drink for today. I'm drowning my sorrows, take my pain away. Drink for tomorrow, I drink for today. I'm drowning my sorrows, take my pain away. I grab a 5-gallon bucket, no land, a boat in sight. I'm bailing the water with all my might. Life splashes over in front of me. How far can I swim? The water's crashing. Do I believe in him? Inside are screaming aloud, darkness taking control. Light is fleeting, Edgar Allan swallows me whole. You're all dressed in black, stop walking away. Crows are soaring. Tomorrow, drink for today. I'm drowning my sorrows, take my pain away. Drink for tomorrow, drink for today. I'm drowning my sorrows, take my pain away. It's ice cold, treading water, no hope in sight. Closing my eyes, holding, with no more fight. A deep breath in, deep breath out, hoping that you're real. Body shaking, and I cannot feel. Grieve me, tormented soul, tortured, suffering. This is the end. Here I am, there you are, all dressed in white. This is happen. The light's so bright. I drink for tomorrow, drink for today. I'm drowning my sorrows, take my